Training in technology and cybersecurity is one of the most effective things you can do to propel and protect your business. Hi, and welcome to New Fathom Training. Today we're going to talk about getting started with Microsoft Outlook. And we're going to make a couple of assumptions here. The first one is that you are using Outlook with a subscription to Office 365. And so we're going to be assuming that you are getting a business class email and that you're tying that into Outlook. There are other ways that you can get Outlook, and there's other email programs that you can connect Outlook to, but that's not what we're going to be talking about today. This is just for those business folks who are using it. So we're going to get started, and we're going to go through adding an account and setting that up, and then also just configuring it so that it's easy to use when you want to start doing it. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to open Outlook, which is pretty straightforward. And you might get prompted for this. If you haven't ever opened Outlook before, you'll probably get prompted to create a profile. So if that happens, you can just name it whatever you want. You could say work. You can actually have multiple profiles, but we're not going to go into that right now. The next thing is that you're going to need to sign in to your account. And if you are using a business class account on your computer, it may already find that account. So right now what it's doing is it's searching for accounts that I've used to sign into other things like Microsoft Teams. And sure enough, it's found my account, and I'm just going to click connect. If it hadn't already found my account, I would just need to type in my email right there, and then it will prompt me to sign in to Outlook once that happens. So this is taking a little bit longer, but fear not, it should work in just a second. Excellent. And so now it says the account is successfully added. And here's another account that it's showing that we could add if we wanted to, but I don't want to add that account. So I'm just going to click done. And it's going to load Outlook. And you can see, when you see this Microsoft 365 right here, that means that I'm getting the application through a subscription and not just with a standalone version of Outlook and connecting some other kind of email on that. So here we go. So I've just opened Outlook for the first time, and it's going to start loading in my emails. You can see down here, there's a status bar, and this status bar status will change. You can see right here it says connected to Outlook. And if for some reason you didn't have internet, it would say not connected. And so this is a good thing to look at. If you're expecting an email and you haven't got it, you can just check right there and see why you haven't got it. Mine says I'm connected to Microsoft Exchange, and so everything is working as I would expect, which is fantastic. If you had other accounts, like let's say you wanted to add a personal account into your email account, well, you could go up to this file setting, and then right here is a button that says add account. And then it'll bring you back to that same screen that we had earlier where you can add additional accounts if you wanted to add those. But we're not going to do that right now. The first thing that you want to do to be able to check your email, and this little pop-up came up just because I'm out of the office right now, and so people are getting an automatic reply. But what you may want to do if you have other inboxes that you like to use or folders that you like to use is that you can right-click on those folders and click this button, Add to Favorites. And that will move those folders into this little Favorites tab up here. And you can move that up and down, whatever you want on that. And then this is just kind of like a little shortcut space that you can make your life a little bit easier to check your mail. So once you've signed in, you can set up your favorites however you want. And then something that's really kind of unique with Outlook, the way that they just brought this up, Gmail has been doing this for a long time, but Outlook just started, is it's really important that you see your focused inbox and you have an other. So focused and other. And Microsoft is automatically filtering your emails into these two categories. And so you can see that these categories are more of like updates that I'm getting from places that I have signed up to get their newsletters. And then these are usually emails that are directly sent to you. And so that's kind of important to see that. And then as you read something, so if I click this and I read the email, if I were to click somewhere else, that email is no longer going to be bold. And so that's how you can see if you have read those emails. And then what you can also do up here, once you've read an email, it's a really good practice to just, you can either use the shortcut key, which is backspace, or you can click this archive button to archive that email. And that archive moves it into an archive folder, which you can always reference later, but it doesn't fully delete it. So you could delete it if you're like, I'm never going to need this email again, or you can just archive it. So that is first how you get started. So the other things to know when you're first getting started with your email, you have these reply buttons over here when you want to reply to an email. You can also do Control R or Control A for reply all, or Control F to forward things. And then you have some other things you can do. You can turn this into a meeting, or you can forward it as an attachment. That's really helpful sometimes too. And then just general navigating, once you've checked your email, you also have access to your calendar down here, and you can check on that. You also have access to your tasks right here, and then people, which is kind of like your contacts right there. And we will do some more trainings that go more in depth on those things. But this is just a general overview of how you get started with Outlook when you're first getting set up. So I hope you like it. Hope that helps. And we'll have some more videos that will go more in depth on other items later. Thank you.